Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Carla with Race to Walk, and today I'm going to be doing a comparison between the third and the second edition of the New Living Translation Life Application Study Bible. But before we get started, a little bit about this channel. Here we share good thoughts about good words, and on Tuesdays I publish videos about books, and on Fridays I host a live Bible study on Instagram at Race to Walk, and then I upload that here later to YouTube. So if any of those things interest you, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to hit the bell for notifications so you can get updates about new videos. So a little bit about this edition. This is the New Living Translation Study Bible, Life Application Study Bible. It's published by Tyndale. And this is one of the most popular study Bibles. Now the difference between a study Bible and just a regular Bible is that a study Bible will have a lot more references and commentary than just a regular Bible. And when I do the comparison between the two, you'll see some of those references. There's references on passages, so you can see where the Bible talks about that same principle or references the same thing. There's lots of commentary, there's maps, there's concordance, there's index, and it's just a really great resource. I see a lot of people asking, okay, how do I start reading and studying the Bible? There's a lot of different plans you can go through, but my number one recommendation is to make sure that you have a really good study Bible. Yeah, there are a lot of good apps out there, but there's just something about having a Bible in your hand in print and having the resources right there that just helps you connect a little bit more. And I think that this is a really great resource. Now, a little bit about translations. The New Living Translation is what is referred to as a dynamic equivalence. So the translators looked at the passages in the Hebrew and Greek, and they translated them into English as more thought for thought rather than word for word. Another type of translation is called a formal equivalence translation, and that is more word for word. So the translations like the King James Version, the New American Standard, the ESV, those are more formal equivalents, and the New American Standard is pretty much as close as you can get to word for word to like the original language. But I really like the New Living Translation for my devotional time. I don't know what it was, if it was just that this was the Bible that I was reading when I was really getting serious about, was really seeking after God, but it was in this study Bible that I really met God. I'm not talking about becoming a Christian, because I had been a Christian for a long time at that point, but it was when I was really seeking after God, and He met me there when I was reading the Bible. So anyway, this is my second edition, and as you can see, it looks really beat up. I always tell my Sunday school class, like when they're using church Bibles, to treat them respectfully. A lot of times they're like dropping them or flipping around, breaking the spine and everything, and so I get on their case about that. And it kind of looks like I've been throwing this Bible around. I swear I haven't. It sits on my nightstand. It's just in between use, but it's just got a lot of use. So anyway, I'm going to go and switch to just doing a flip through between these two and doing a comparison between the second and third edition, so you can kind of get an idea of. So if you're looking for a new Bible and you're trying to make a decision between the second and third edition, I'll switch over to that now. So this is the third edition of the New Living Translation. It comes in a box like this. This is a standard size. I was first ordering this. I think it only comes in this this size of Bible. I'll show you when I bring out my second edition. I'll show you the difference between the two. But anyway, this just came yesterday. It has, it's gold embossed. And on this, it just has pretty standard for the Living Translation Bible. It has your front with the dedication and a few pages in there. And so anyway, I'm going to get out my second edition so you can see the difference between the two. So this is a third. Now this is my second edition of and the of the New Living Translation Life Application Study Bible. As you can see, I've had this for a while, and it is very, very, very well used. And if you compare the two of these, you can see that it's this. I think this is a personal size. You can see there's quite a bit of a difference between the personal size and the standard size. But like I said, I think this size, I do like the personal size Bible because it's, it's easier, it's more portable. I think it's easier to, take into church. Although it does look, it's hard to even tell. Yeah, the personal size is quite a bit thicker than, maybe like a ½ inch thicker than the standard size Bible. So anyway, so comparing the two, I'm going to do a flip through of my second edition New Living Translation because I'm kind of retiring this Bible, at least for, my regular devotional use. As you can see, this is what the second edition was like. What I did on this one is I wanted more room to write in my Bible, and so I glued paper down over these interior pages, and I'll do a flip through of this later. But anyway, so going to the interior, let's look at Genesis 12. Now, some people said that what I noticed, I've already looked through this a little bit. What I've noticed is that there is new commentary in the third edition, but it's not all new. I mean, the biggest thing is you can tell, like, this is explanation on Lot, and this is another little feature on Lot, and it's basically the same content. They just have it formatted a little differently. So, and in both of the Bibles, this is whenever you see these verses by the side, these are cross-references to other passages in the Bible that are talking about this same sort of passage. And I think these things are really, really helpful, especially when you first begin to study the Bible and maybe you haven't read through it all the way before. It helps kind of get more of the harmony of Scripture and how many things are tied together. Now, these are not comprehensive. Obviously there will be, a lot of times I'll come across something and I'll see, okay, well, there's another passage that also references this that isn't included in the Bible's cross-reference, but it gives you a good start. Then at the bottom of each of these, it has, commentary on some of the verses, and that's also helpful. One of the things I've noticed about standard journaling Bibles is that there really isn't a lot of reference material in there and reference aids, and so if it's I always recommend somebody having at least one good reference Bible, and preferably something that you're doing your devotions in, that it's easily accessible and you can read it. So anyways, you can see here some of the they have a different color in here, but the content of some of these notes are the same. I have looked through and not all of them are the same. Now, another criticism of the third edition is that they said that the type was too small, or that it was too small for some people to read. Actually, I don't know if you can tell comparing the two, but the third edition the type is actually larger than the second edition. So if you have a second edition of the New Living Translation's Life Application Study Bible and the type was fine for you in that one, at least with the standard size of the Bible, it's the same. This is actually larger. It's not large print, but it's larger than the second edition was. So anyway, yeah, see, like this one, it's arranged a little bit differently. You can tell on this one, it's it's the same map, the same commentary, but so let's see. Sometimes the spacing is just a little different. Let's see. Let me go flipping through here. I think it is nice having the color call outs, so it makes it a little bit, highlights that commentary a little more. Let's see. Yeah, so this is, let's see, find 2 Kings, Exodus. Now, when I first bought this Bible, I was looking at different Bibles, and for some reason, when I ordered this, I was thinking it was going to have thumb tabs in where the books are, and it doesn't. The second edition didn't either, and so I got these tabs to put on my Bible, which you can see very well. It's very well used. Okay, so let's look and see what they say in 2 Kings here. Yeah, this is the same. Key places in 2 Kings. Okay, I'm going to read this. Okay, so it says today's, I'm going to put this at the back on here. Today's #1 selling study Bible, the Life Application Study Bible, has been thoroughly updated and expanded, offering even more relevant insights for understanding and applying God's Word to everyday life. Now more than 10,000 life application notes and features. So it sounds like maybe they expanded what was already in the second edition to more, not necessarily change them. Illuminating introductions for every Bible book. Over 100 life application profiles of key Bible people, more than 500 maps and charts placed for quick reference. Refreshed design with a second color for visual clarity. Vital statistics to start each book with quick facts, extensive cross-reference system to facilitate deeper study, comprehensive life application index and dictionary concordance, full text, in the New Living Translation, and then equality sound binding. So it sounds like they're not saying it's different, it's just that it's expanded. So let's look at Zephaniah, see if that's new. Zephaniah. Okay, it looks to me like the commentary, yep, commentary is the same here. So, this is Matthew. Let's look in Matthew. Is this a new commentary? Let's see. So this is Mega Themes. Let's go back and let's compare Matthew. Okay. So it looks like this is the same. This blueprint is highlighted more than, it's the same one, but it's highlighted a little bit more in this one. Mega Themes is just laid out a little bit nicer. Okay, let's see. We already have the key places in Matthew, a lot of commentary. What comes after this? I have a highlight on Joseph. Flight to Egypt. So gospel accounting. Had one on Herod. That's the same. Yep, that's the same. Okay, let me see. Are the temptations? This has that one on the Pharisees and the Sadducees. It looks to me like this might be new, maybe. Let's look here. Nope, it's not. That's on this one. Ordered a little bit differently. 6 Ways to Think Like Christ. Is that new? That has key lessons from the Sermon on the Mount. Nope, that's the same. Okay, to be honest with you, I mean, obviously I have not gone through every single thing and compared, but it looks to me like most of it is pretty much the same as far as commentary. So I'm assuming somewhere in here that they do have expanded commentary. It's maybe I just haven't come across it. I mean, it looks, it's a lot prettier. It looks, it's more lined out between the two. Oh, there's a 365-day reading plan. I'm pretty sure that was, I know the Christian Workers Index was on the back. Let's see, ancient tables of weights and measures. Let's see what's in our reference in this one. Let's flip to the back of this one. Yeah, see, they had a Christian Resource Workers Guide in the 2nd edition. Okay, so it looks to me like this is new. A table of ancient weights, measures, and coins. So that's cool. Unless if it was somewhere in, okay. Christian Workers Resource. That was in the same one. Let's see what else there is. Oh, this is cool. This is, oh, I guess that's in part of the Christian Workers Resource. So you've been asked to speak. Cool. You know what? I've had this Bible for a long time, and I don't think I've ever read this Christian Workers Resource. Mining the Treasures. Yeah, this is here. They had, you've been asked to speak in the 2nd edition too. It's just not, just to be honest with you, like I said, I don't think I've ever even looked at this, but I think maybe the way that they have it lined out in the 3rd edition, it highlights those different passages a little bit better than it did in the 2nd. Let's see. Abbreviations in the Master Index. Okay, we had 365-day reading plan. That was there. They also had abbreviations in the Master Index. Let's see. What else? Any other differences? Topography of Palestine. Let's look at the maps. What is this one? Same map. This one is what? World of the Patriarchs, same thing. Exodus from Egypt is the same. 12 Tribes of Israel, that one's the same. Let's look at this one. I'm assuming that's the same. Wait, is it? Okay, that's United Kingdom. This is Divided Kingdom. Deportation and return under Israel. Okay. This looks like a little bit different. This is one map that's a little bit different. So it shows, they changed this a little bit. So this one is a deportation and return under Assyrian Babylon, and this one, I'm trying to get this in the wide enough. This one is Assyrian and Babylonian empires and the Greek Empire. So that's a little different. Oh yeah, this is just a new map. This is a new map. It shows the exile and return. So this starts here, Assyrian and Babylonian empires, the Greek Empire, Palestine between the Old and New Testaments. So there's one new map. Okay, this looks like it's new. A new map, Palestine between Old and New Testaments. Yes, it is. Old Testament Jerusalem, New Testament Jerusalem. That was on the old one. Roman division of Palestine. That was in the old one, in the 2nd edition. So, Ministry of Jesus, I'm assuming. Let's see. Yep, that's the same. Looks like it might have some more commentary. I haven't looked at that one more closely. The next one, Paul's Ministry Journeys. Yep, that one's the same. Second one, Roman Empire and the Spread of Christianity. That's the same. And then, what is this? Okay, let's go to this one. Okay, so we are actually, what this 3rd edition doesn't have is timeline of biblical events. Does not have this one. Does not have the temple in New Testament times. Unless if it's in the middle of the book. I don't know. I didn't see anything, but and this one is Israel and the Middle East today. What is this one? Israel and the Middle East today. So the second edition, unless if they put it in the middle of there, it does not have the map of the New Testament. It doesn't have the timeline of biblical events. So that is not in the third edition. There is that one map that's in there. So I'm assuming, according to this, they've expanded some commentary. I just flipping through could not see Harmony of the Gospels. Where did this come in? This is actually really helpful. Like I've done Bible studies on the synopsis of the Gospels. I have a book that basically lines out all these passages, but that is really helpful. 250 events in the life of Christ. That's after John. Let's see if that was in here. Okay, Malachi, let's see, Matthew. Top claims of Christ. They have so many really helpful resources in here. That's why I like, oh, no, they did have it. Harmony of the God. They do have it in here. It's just not highlighted, so it doesn't stand out as much. So let's look. 250 events. Okay. Yeah, they do have that in there. Okay, anyway, so this is what I would say. In the third edition, the commentary is highlighted a little more nicely. The regular standard size Bible has larger type than the second. There are a couple of, okay, see they have maps in the middle there. There are a couple a couple maps that are in the third edition that aren't in the second, but then there are those two that were in the second that aren't in the third. I'm assuming that, there are some other things in here that I just haven't noticed that are expansions from the second edition as far as commentary, but overall, I would say that if you are looking for a New Living Translation Life Application Study Bible and the color highlights don't really matter to you one way or the other than the color highlights, I would say if you see a Bible out there in the second edition that you really like, I would just go ahead and go with that one because they're going to be pretty close to the same. It's just the layout and just kind of the style is going to be a little bit different. Right now, the third edition I think just came out in October, I think, so just a couple months. They only have like a handful of styles that are available in the third, and they have a lot that are available in the second edition. I mean, a lot of different covers, different sizes. They have large print, and then the second edition actually is significantly cheaper. So anyway, I do think that the highlights are cool. I'm happy with this Bible, and I will definitely put it to good use. If you're trying to choose between the third and the second, I would just say I wouldn't really worry so much about whether it's the second or third edition. I would just go with whatever your preference is, in terms of style and format, whether it's personal size or regular size, large print, whatever. Just go with what works for you. The rest of it is pretty close to the same. I mean, it's a great study Bible. Either one is going to serve you well. So let me know if you have a Life Application Study Bible and what your favorite feature of it is. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.